Is it right where those big waves are?
Isn't that amazing?
Oh shit. You know what you're doing, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying we won't swim.
Oh my god.
This is Lakefield College. This is what we do. That's right.
This time I am headed out to Lakefield College School, which almost missed my turn. And I know a bunch of people here through the Cohort 21 program, so I'm excited to hopefully run into some of them and say hello while I'm here for the next day and a half or so. Tonight I'll be staying with my good friend Derek Doucet and his wife Erica, who Derek and Erica are both teachers at Lakefield, and I am so excited to introduce you to Derek later on in this vlog. He's doing some amazing things in his classroom around teaching kids conversational French.
We're on the Otonabee River right now, and we're going to introduce Les Macbeth to some moving water paddling. Everything's in flood, so the water's pretty big, but we're going to be safe. And mostly we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great.
I think I can do it though. What do you think?
I think you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really deep, so if we wash out, we wash out. We'll have good safety.
Okay.
Make sure that you've always got purchase.
What does purchase mean?
In the water, like your paddle's always in the water, so you can pull or pry based on what our boat is going to do. So, welcome to Lakefield. We just got off the water. We were paddling the Otonabee River, and it's in full flood. We got to surf and sort of paddle down a running river with haystacks and all kinds of great features. And that's something that our students get to do on a regular basis. In the grade 10 program, they spend the spring paddling whitewater. When you talk about teaching and failure, the importance of failing and that feedback, that immediate feedback, it's never more apparent than when you're teaching outdoor ed. And when your power angle tilt is maybe a little bit off and you're cooking into the river out of your eddy, and your boat flips, right? Right away you get feedback, and you know that there was a problem with either your power, your angle, or your tilt. And so then the beauty of that is that there's always safety built in. They come down, they get rescued, and then they come back up into the eddy and they start in their queue. And they get another chance so that they can continue to master their skills until they get it, and it becomes second nature. And so that's what I love best about the outdoor ed piece, is that feedback, coaching is such an important role, and there's not really a hierarchy of teacher and student. We're all one, experiencing the river together. We're developing grit, we're developing resilience, and most importantly, we're really persevering through some very challenging times.
I got my master canoeer back here, Derek Doucet, phenomenal French teacher, also canoe guide for the day.
True French Canadian.
What do you think is the biggest challenge or the biggest problem with French education right now?
Speaking. That's a good one. Yes, but I think that with advances in virtual reality, our global connectivity, we can do way better to connect people at their levels in order to further promote language. Right now, our sort of world is moving towards a monolingual system, but we know that the connections of a bilingual brain are better at communicating, better at problem solving, and those are all the skills that we're going to need going into the future. Creating more empathetic people, right? Was when you speak another language, you can speak to the people in that language, and you feel like it's a different connection between the two groups.
Awesome. And can you tell me about the your idea for the bear? Do you want to talk about that?
The au pair.
The au pair. I love this idea.
So the au pair is an idea where we make use of artificial intelligence and we put it into a plush toy like a bear or a rabbit or anything. We could have it in all the toys. But basically, it's to encourage young people to learn language early, because unfortunately, not all of our parents speak another language, and so it's really important for young people to be able to access that language, access that spoken language, to be able to hear it, to be able to understand it, and to be able to interact with it. And so using AI, creating these toys that could be beside a young person and would be speaking to them in that language from when they were really young, and then recognizing their speech using dictation so that they can then respond to what that kid is starting to say or what that child is starting to say. It's not terrifically clear how we're going to do that yet, but I think it really addresses the problem of we learn a second language to speak it. There are so many obstacles that prevent us from doing that. How do we bring language into the classroom, make it real? And the biggest thing is avoiding the dependency on a teacher to help further your language. So many times we teach these kids for 4, 5, 6 years in a language, and then they go away, but they're never empowered to build that language on their own, and so they lose it in 2 or 3 years. So all of that time working on that language is for naught, right? So we have to empower kids in that personalized approach, that self-directed approach, to be able to build on that foundation of language they've already built. And au pair is going to be that first foundational step.
So how awesome was that? I got to go whitewater canoeing for the first time ever, which was super exciting. So thank you, Derek. And thank you to the entire Lakefield community for making me feel so welcome and for your awesome hospitality. It was really cool to see all the amazing programs that you have underway for students. So many different and unique initiatives happening out there. I'm now on my way to Sarnia, Ontario, which is about 4.5 hours in the other direction from Toronto. So I'm heading down there to present actually at my old school board. So I grew up in a town called Point Edward, which is near Sarnia, and I've been invited back to my alma mater school board, the Lambton-Kent District School Board, to present at their Spring into Technology conference. So I'm doing a keynote there tomorrow morning and then running a couple of sessions, one on design thinking and one on virtual reality. So